Good evening. Your host, General Electric. And this is true. 1933. Prohibition was gone. The Depression had taken its place. People were angry at the times, the government, the law. The law was a man in a blue suit and a badge. It still is. There was talk of putting two-man teams in the new prowl cars. Political talk. No one would act on it. A good reason had to hit the public between the eyes. On a hot day in July, it did. For the next 30 minutes, V Victor 5. "5:30 p.m., July 1st, 1933. Temperature, 93 degrees. Humidity, 79%. Patrolman John Egan came off duty. He had walked his beat for 8 hours.
Things a man will do to his own feet.
You're lucky you've got nights. My dogs feel like them sunburn right through my shoes.
Lucky? My brother's a butcher. He's got a walk-in icebox. He's lucky.
A police officer is on duty 24 hours a day. It becomes a habit.
I cheat on a stolen car.
1929 Packard, black sedan, wire wheels. License number V Victor 5, 880. That's the way Egan read it. That's the way he was trained to remember it.
I'll see you. Hey! Hey, get off of there! Come on!
Howdy, John. Kid scratch your tin, Lizzie?
Not funny, McNulty. Every fender's a month's pay. Hey, buddy!
Wake up, Mac. Ain't the public library, you know.
A day's work over. A rough, hot day. Policemen go home to their families like everyone else. To a young wife and 2 young sons. Except this one. This day. V Victor 5, 880. The description of the vehicle and fugitives checked out. The want bulletin had said armed and dangerous. Egan held off. He looked for a squad car or a patrolman to reduce the odds. He saw neither. He was alone. Hell's Kitchen. Poor. Violent. The dead end of the city. Egan had walked streets like this as a rookie, 3 years before.
Here.
No place to pull a gun. The hoodlums wouldn't care who got shot. A police officer has to.
Got a telephone in here?
Telephones cost money. This ain't the Ritz, bud.
You know where there is one?
Area lunch around the corner, maybe.
Thanks.
Eddie Warren, murder and felonious assault, 3-time loser. Duke Snively, wanted in Kentucky, robbery and criminal assault. Ossie Mance, escapee from Joliet, convicted of kidnapping. John Coe, alias Spitz, Kansas hatchet man, wanted for murder. Pete Callahan, Boston butcher boy, armed robbery, bank robbery, assault with intent to commit murder.
Hey, Jeannie. How are you?
Fine.
Hey, Duke, we're not staying.
Who's your new keeper?
Go on, take a walk, huh?
Hot?
I don't know you.
It's not my fault.
You don't live around here.
Moved in yesterday, just down the block.
Tell me you can buy the decent girls.
Don't get sore, just being friendly. I don't want your boyfriend over there to get the wrong idea. I don't want any trouble.
Look, who cares?
I got to talking to them before. Tough boys. Like I said before, I don't want any trouble, especially with the police.
The cops? After you?
They're pretty smart girls. Some people ain't so smart. They make telephone calls, trying to pick up some easy money, only get themselves hurt. You know what I mean?
Boy, did you turn out to be a wrong number.
No sale. The girl wouldn't call the police, even to turn in a stranger. The slum code against squealers was too strong. A police officer tells you to turn your radio down or close your window on a hot night. A police officer tells you garbage cans must be kept covered. A police officer has to say no all the time. He's somebody easy to dislike. So Egan didn't say who he was.
Help you, buddy? If you have a telephone.
If I made $4 a month, I'd have a phone.
I want to call the pound. You didn't see a little black and white dog around, did you?
No. You have it long?
From a pup. Look, maybe the mailman or the cop who has this beat. You around?
Right of it. About an hour ago. He's down at a warehouse a couple of blocks from here. See, they had a fire there yesterday. He's got to stick around to see they don't rob a joint, you know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, if I see your dog, well,
I'll be around.
poor guy. Lost his dog.
Hey, Sonny. Hey. You know that luncheonette around the corner?
Yeah, what about it?
Look, get 2 nickels for this time. Make a phone call for me and the other nickel's for you.
Why don't you go yourself?
I gotta stick around.
Give me the dime.
All right, the number's Academy 2. Hey!
Hey, mister, give me a dime, too.
Police officer, hands over your heads. I said up. I'll kill the first man that makes a wrong move. All right, over there, hands on the wall.
What's the idea, policeman? We ain't done nothing.
Up!
Get in the house. It's none of your business.
I'm a police officer. Somebody called Precinct 128.
A cop. Stringing me along.
These men are criminals. They're armed and dangerous.
So why don't you arrest them?
All right, the 5 of you. We're going to take a walk over to Precinct 128.
Stay where you are. No dice, policeman. We like it here. With our friends, you know?
I don't want to have to use this.
On 5 guys with their hands up? In the back? With witnesses? How about it, folks? You think he's got a right to shoot us down? Cold?
I got a business here. Why do you have to pick here?
Come on, search us, cop. See if we got guns. You ought to search all 5 of us.
Hey. What are you, scared?
Policeman, why don't you just walk away? No hard feelings, eh?
I'll kill the first one that moves unless I tell him to.
All of us? One will get you before you get all of us.
Who wants to be first?
$100 to anybody who gets him off our back.
Stay out of the way.
Sure. I was just wondering, Mr. Policeman, who's got who?
Temperature 93, humidity 74%. Egan had been holding his prisoners for 30 minutes. In 1933, the .38 caliber police special was built on a steel frame. Total weight loaded, 2 pounds, 2 ounces. In a man's hand, leveled for action, its weight doubles every 10 minutes. Where was a squad car? A police officer? How long could he hold out against 5 men facing the electric chair?
Eddie, I'm fooled enough.
So is he.
Let's take him.
Go ahead. I'm right behind you.
3, maybe 4 of us can make it. Better than this.
We got friends here. He don't. You break soon. He has to.
Shut up.
How do we know he's a cop? Because he says so?
Yeah, where's your badge?
There's an ID card in there.
Yeah, he's a cop, all right. Name's John Egan.
Hey, Johnny. Who's the sexy dame?
That's a picture of my wife.
He wasn't so married when you talked to me.
Picture a couple of kids here. Yours?
Yeah.
Don't anybody want that 100?
Look, you want a guy to get shot up for $100?
500. 100 each to the first 5 guys who take him.
Don't try it.
Don't try what? What? Ah, he's a nervous whip, a nervous cop. Look, we're not going to hurt you serious, Johnny. I'm just going to cut your hand a little bit. I mean, just so that you don't hold that gun so good, maybe, all right? Hey, look out!
Maybe you broke his teeth, his jaw. He's just a kid.
Who do you want me to call, officer?
Nobody, you lousy stoolie. Didn't you see what he done? Look, you live around here, buddy. You got a wife. Come on, get up. All right, break it up. Break it up.
Let's go home, Bill, please.
You don't want to call the cops? Okay, but no fight.
You the only one with any nerve?
Yeah, you got nerve, Mr. Cop. Come on, let's get him.
I'll remember who comes at me and who don't. You stop me now, I'll be back.
You wouldn't remember me.
I'll find somebody here who does, mister. I'll remember what you sound like.
You're bluffing.
Try me.
Temperature 92, humidity 79%. 1 hour and 9 minutes had passed. The gun was dead weight in his hand. Fingers began to cramp. A new fear. He might shoot without wanting to. He might not be able to shoot if he had to.
Get your head away from that wall.
I can no more.
Get your head up.
Hilda, when are we gonna eat?
It's on the stove.
I'll put it on the table. How's he doing?
Jerk, he should take a payoff and keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, you gotta give him credit, though, standing there like that all this time.
Ah, jerk. I'll put this soup on.
Hey, look, the cop's car. Yeah? Well, how do you know?
That's his name on the steering wheel.
Hey, yeah, what do you know?
Get away from that car.
What car? You mean the one without no windshield? Oh! You mean, that's the funny one with the dented fenders? Here, you mean his car? The one with no headlights, that one? Hey, look, we're for roadster, no windows. Hey, cop, your radiator's leaking. Hey, look, Mr. Cop, airless tires.
Tell the truth. Is it worth it, cop?
A rough, hot day. The dead end of the city. Where was a squad car? A police officer. Wanted in Kentucky, robbery and criminal assault. Murder and felonious assault. Escaped from Joliet, convicted of kidnapping. Boston butcher boy, armed robbery, bank robbery, assault with intent to commit murder. Kansas hatchet man, wanted for murder. Its weight doubles every 10 minutes. Policemen go home to their families like everyone else, to a young wife and 2 young sons. A police officer tells you to turn your radio down or close your window on a hot night. A police officer tells you garbage cans must be kept covered. A police officer has to say no all the time. He's somebody easy to dislike.
Eddie, we gotta do something fast.
Duke, how good do you know that chick?
Jeannie?
Yeah. My brother's uptown. We can make a phone call before that cop does.
Cut the talk.
You make us. You come a little closer and make us.
Jeannie, my pal wants you to make a call. You hear me?
Why should I?
The same 500 I promised. Call 189-0598. Ask for George. Tell him the score.
How do I know you'll pay?
So what do you got to lose, a nickel?
Never mind, lady. Forget it.
I don't scare, mister.
I'll do it. What do you need her for?
Wipe your nose.
You'll be an accessory, Gene. 20 years to life.
Accessory to nothing. I'm just gonna go get a cold drink, that's all. Sick of looking at you. Hey!
Never mind that call, lady.
Hey, I'm one of him.
Don't you beat it while you still can. Look, who elected you hero? This Georgie's gonna come down here and beat your brains out. Worse, maybe. Look, nobody around here's gonna help you. Nobody wants you. Don't you understand?
Go ahead, cop. Shoot off a few more.
Sucker, man. A call backfires. That's all anybody hears.
I got 5 good ones left.
Temperature 91. Humidity 80%. 1 hour and 34 minutes. His service revolver weighed 100 pounds. Muscle spasms began to knot his back. His neck wanted to bend, to turn and roll back. His legs felt weak. His feet were draining heat from the pavement. His eyes began to water, fighting to close for one dark moment.
You're killing us like this.
Hands on that wall.
Eddie.
It's Georgie. He's here. Georgie, don't let him see you. We'll jump him if he turns.
Now, look, cop. Can't we settle this in a nice way?
He won't buy. Don't waste your time.
Before, maybe. Now he's got something to gain. And something to lose, too.
Mister, if I turn, I shoot.
Eddie, got your gun?
Right here in my pocket.
You hear that? I might not be where you shoot. You'd miss. My brother won't. I've got a jack handle. I can bend it across your skull. Don't make me do that.
You get one free cut, mister. Make it good.
Georgie! Where are you going? Georgie!
Hold it! Okay, John.
How'd you know?
Telephone call.
Who?
Woman's voice. Wouldn't give her name. Almost didn't follow it up. Yours? Squad car's full up. Can you make it to a train?
I'm okay, thanks. Thanks.
Temperature, 89. Humidity, 81%. It was 1 hour and 57 minutes since Egan had drawn his gun and said, "Police officer." Now he could go home. The city police department used Officer John Egan's ordeal as an example. Funds were granted for patrolmen to work in pairs in Tenderloin areas. John Egan has his own way of remembering that hot day in July. A framed letter from the city government regretting that the taxpayers could not repay Egan for the damage to his car. It was not city property. General Electric, progress is our most important product.